Hello and welcome back to the Match Ball Grid. My name is Andre. Thanks for tuning in. So we're back on Jinteki.net. This is a Sunday evening, technically now. We're playing in the competitive lobby. We're up against Ice Ice Hedge Fund, who is they run a YouTube channel that uploads also Jinteki.net games. So you can check that out if you like. They're playing core set Gabriel Santiago. So they're going to be running HQ a lot. And I'm playing a deck that I found online called RotomCoats, which I'm assuming is named after Rotom Appliance, who's a Netrunner player. So see how this goes. I've only played this deck once. This hand seems really bad just because we want a way to keep them out of HQ, and we do actually run like a lot of binary ice, a lot of next ice. In fact, the full suite besides next gold. So I'm gonna mulligan this away. I think we can do better, and that is so much worse. We're gonna lose really quickly, just absurdly quickly. This is so bad. Unless we draw an ice, and we haven't, so we have nothing to do but draw up. We are okay. All right. Okay. All right, so what's our plan, right? Because we have against Gabe, you have this. I expect indexing, which is fine because we have all our agendas in hand. If we want to call that fine, I expect HQ pressure, so we want this on HQ for sure. But also, I can expect sneak door beta. If sneak door beta happens, we basically lose. So I'm assuming that we get this on HQ, and which we have to res it, right? So they know what they need to account siphon or legwork. And then can we make more money with this? I'm worried about putting this down just because I'm worried about putting this down just because they can bank job it or Temujin this. We could trash this, but yeah, let's try this out. So let's put this on HQ. Put this on a new remote. We can pop this to install this for another credit, make some money. It seems okay. Having only... like, having entirely a hand basically of agendas is really, really bad against... just really bad against Gabe. So they're going to run R&D for single access. That's fine. I guess we're going to get some value out of the assembly lines. Nothing on the top, which means it's likely ice. Hey, that doesn't help. Alright, so we gotta recover from this, right? We want ice on archives, we want another on HQ. I don't care about R&D, right? Like, we have already this many points in hand. The R&D density is pretty low, so let's just draw up. That's okay. That's okay. That's something. I think we want that on HQ. It's important not to overextend on HQ just because they do play emergency shutdown. They obviously... well, it's not obvious, but they might not have... what's it called? Sneak door just yet. So we might actually just have to put that on archives. Or put this in a remote. Right? Put this in a new remote and then use this to put this on archives once they install sneak door beta. That also sounds okay. Because we want to install in the core runner's turn too, just to make another credit from HB. So if we do nothing and just throw this out, like click for a credit, we can respond to a sneak door beta, which seems more valuable than putting this down where we don't need it. Because if they put like Temujin R&D, we'll definitely get this out. Hold on. Oh, sorry. You see? Sorry. That's why we did this, and this is a really good play. We need them to jack out just because we're going to put an ice on advanced assembly lines and basically deny them a hold to Temujin. So that's why you do that, and I think that's actually a really good line of play and why that was better not to put that there. All you. Haha. So they're going to faceplant into this, and this is going to wreck them. Like, this is going to destroy all their stuff. Like, this fires. They lose all their money. They trash their entire thing. Oh, they didn't run. Oh, shit. Wait. Sorry, we might have goofed that. Oh, no, they did run. Okay, cool. So we got this. So, trash that. Trash this vibrato. They have to trash their Temujin. So one more. Oh, wait, did they pay? Sorry, I'm a bit confused, right? Because all that happened really fast. So Temujin, I think, gets trashed too, and which means that we don't care if they make a successful run, so let's actually just do brain damage. And we got out John Masanori, which is fine. Now they're accessing just to find a CVS. We are actually coming back a bit from this. So no worries, that was really good. I think, like, that's the worst case ice that could have been. Right? And we kind of got lucky there. Oh, we threw out a friends in high places, right? So we can always pull this back with friends in high places, which is pretty good because that is a good tempo econ card. I think we can get this in a server and they won't be able to contest it. So we'll probably just do that and click for credits. If they trash it also, like, that's fine. The question is whether we put this on top of the cyber decks. If we do, They might assume it's what's it called, Breaker Bay, and they might not run it. But also, if we have multiple servers, it's easier to protect against things like, I think we want to get as few servers as possible, so it's easier to protect against Bank Job or Temujin or anything like that. Yeah, that was really good. We trashed like 7 credits worth of things, and there you go. There's the sec testing. So we need to protect all of this. We have enough money to res this. Hopefully we draw some ice. Jesus, for real. Without Desperado, sec testing is a lot worse. Let's get some ice. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's bad. Oh, that's so bad. Are we gonna throw out 3 cards? There's a chance we could actually just like put a Biotic on the table, or Vitruvius. I think we might actually just do that, right? Like, what's the chance that they'll check it? That's the best we have. Biotic seems like a really good way, but we throw out 2 of these Friends in High Places already. I don't think they're gonna run Archives for a while, so let's just throw out a food. Like, you gotta play to your outs. We're really flooded, so just getting cards out of HQ is good, because I'm assuming they're gonna run HQ at some point, maybe legwork. They might actually run this, right? Because they sec test in game 2, and then they have money to trash an Adonis. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what they do. I think they're gonna run for sec testing for sure. Oh, they dirty laundry, so we're actually probably gonna lose this agenda. We might have got a bit greedy there. We'll see. They might want to set up. I'm hoping they don't run it, right? Oh, hold your breath. Yes, they don't. Thank you. They sure gambled, which is fine. So let's just score this nice and cute. So you always got to play to your outs. I think these 2 are better than this, so we're going to throw this out. We already threw out 1 agenda, which actually Friends in High Places lets us get that agenda out, so that might be worth something. They're up to 11 credits. Desperado comes back out, and that whole kind of like package comes out, so we actually have to ice up every server. Ichi doesn't do that well for an inside ice unless you can like get them with if they run Mongoose. This server trashes itself next turn, so we only have to protect R&D. So I still think the most money play is basically put this in a new remote. Hopefully they sec test it and not R&D, and then we get this on R&D. We can also like choose to play the Ichi once they play a program, maybe. It also gets us to punish the Temujin contract again, which they have enough money to play. So they're sec testing HQ, which means they're probably gonna run HQ. Eater. Okay, this is a perfume shop thing. So wait, hold on. Oh, hold on. Sorry. So now actually there's a point of getting the Ichi out. So this is good. That card gives us so much flexibility. So now this server actually like really does suck. So now they're gonna run R&D, which is fine, right? The good thing about having your agendas in HQ, unless they play something like Wanton Destruction or even CBI Raid, if that's the thing they want to do, is that the server seems pretty good. Server seems okay. Now they're running Last Click. That seems like a mistake. It's gonna be super expensive, and they don't actually get anything out of this, right? Like if they're breaking with, they're gonna spend more money breaking this than they actually are gonna get back. They're gonna get 4 back. So they've already paid. Oh, maybe they get what? They get 5 back. So this might not be worth it. I don't know whether you break next bronze. You have to do the math. Still, 12 credits seems like a lot of money. Mother Goddess, they can account siphon now, and they know that. So ideally, I want to either get to low credits or get out of it. I don't know how they deal with Mother Goddess on a remote. Like, how do they get through remotes? I know they're actually running real breakers, so and inside job probably. So we have to probably put two of these together, like 2 pieces of ice. We could biotic this out, but I want to basically do that with a Jackson Howard, just so we get free ice. I think we're gonna draw. Okay, so I think biotic is basically our entire play. If they're running Eater, they're probably running Keyhole, so we got to put something on R&D. Gain a credit doing it too. We might just get siphoned now. There's a high probability we'll get siphoned. That's not, like, it's okay. They sec tested server too, so we can always pop this and deny them 3 credits. And so let's just purge. Wastes a click. I lose 3 credits instead of them losing 3 credits. If maybe not the best thing to do, but it feels good. Like, just physically feels good. So that's okay. Fairy's out. That's going to deal with Ichi really well. If we can start stacking next silver on R&D, it's going to be real annoying for them. And they throw in an interdiction because we did do 1 brain damage to them. This card doesn't actually do that much in this matchup. Besides, if they play that early, it will goof us and ruin us from doing all our nice advanced assembly lines plays. So that's cool. Surat City Grid is interesting. If we put that on HQ, they might actually think it is they might think it's a proper Chrysium or another advanceable, like some sort of defensive upgrade. And with Eater, if they break the next bronze, they can actually touch this. So that might actually buy us some protection. If we draw another turn and we draw something that we can't play immediately from our hand, we have to throw it out. So I don't know whether we just install this and take 2 credits and next turn biotic out, or whether we just biotic out right now. I think that's probably fine. Do we fire? I don't think we want to, just because they'll probably run archives if it fails and get the global food as well, and that seems pretty bad. So we've kind of limited that play a bit. So I'm just going to get this into a new remote and get this out of here. We now just have to score a food, or basically biotic this and biotic a next thing. I'm not going to do it now just because of the food. Normally I'm pretty ABT happy. So we'll see how, we'll see what that looks like when we draw the next 3 cards. And see how good that was. It's actually probably, like, it's likely that we're going to hit ice, considering all this is not ice. And our hand is entirely not ice, so we probably should have fired. And there you go, there's a siphon. That's the reason why we should fire, because we're going to go down to 3 credits. That's kind of sucks. That's fine. Yeah, I probably should have ABT'd. So they gain a lot of money from this, right? They're all the way up at 18, so we might have misplayed this a bit. We can't res this, but that's fine. Like, get a single access. You're probably going to hit an ice, right? Based off of what we just concluded. And they're actually going to remove tags. Just because they need John Masanori. We're not playing empty remotes. Oh, we would have lost a biotic. Okay, so don't think they can access HQ really easily, so I'm going to put this down just to gain a credit on HQ. And then just take 2 credits. We only need 6 to biotic, so if we do biotic out, that's okay. I no longer think indexing, right? If they're running this, they're probably running keyhole, and that means we probably have to stack also next silver here. Next silver is our best card. They're not running ice trashing. That breaks code gates, so they can actually access HQ. If we stack these on HQ, that seems okay. Yeah, that seems pretty okay. And then once we have ice on here that's unresed ice, we can actually use Surat to res this as well. So not sure if we should expose our ice. This one's not particularly good. Well, actually it is good because it makes this better, right? And they actually have to pay a credit. So the math is we have to pay 5 for this and then 9, so we can't afford to do both. Okay, so hopefully they don't run. They probably have to respect this. If we can draw some next ice, it's good. We can also score this next turn. And then hopefully draw another 3-2 and just basically play fast advance from the hand. Stacking this is good too, right? Because they have to click through one, mongoose the other. Next silver, that's exactly what you want. I hope I've been calling it next silver this whole time. So let's get that on R&D and just click for credits. I think now we can afford to fast advance from hand. Like, I don't know how hard we're going to get punished from it. I think the worst thing you do against these sort of Gabe decks is that you go to low money, they run HQ, and then they power shut down one of these cards down, and then they can just run HQ over and over again and lock you at like 0 to 1 credits. And that's actually really bad. So we might not want to overextend and just play the slow game. The fact that we have 2 biotics is a big deal. Jackson, we don't actually need. I think we still just click for credits. We're going to lose out on our free credit for installing something, but it's probably okay, right? Like, we want this to recover if they play Keyhole. And they still have the MU to play Keyhole? Maybe they're not, right? We haven't seen a lot of MU. I just don't know what kind of R&D pressure they have besides getting proper breakers and getting single accesses. Maybe Turning Wheel, but they're probably going tag me in a lot of matchups. Let's just take some credits. It's a pretty lame turn, but next turn we can fast advance down to 6 credits, which means if we draw the next 3-2 and we don't get siphoned, we win in 2 turns. That goes on R&D, which is good, because now this thing comes up, and that thing has 2 subroutines, so it's actually pretty annoying and they can't access. Now if they keep going, it's going to have 3 subroutines, so they're going to be paying, like, what is this? What are they, Screen Test Archives? So right, they're going to be paying 3 for this, and 1, 2, 3 for this, so it's a 6 in a server to get 5 back, so that's actually good. It also makes HQ a lot stronger. This is good. This ice is disgusting against Criminal. Right? Like, look how much money they spend getting in there, and they're getting 4 back. And a card. I guess the card does make it a bit better. Is it running Apocalypse? That sucks. Okay, turning wheel it is. So we can win. I think we just put this in a new remote and then click for credits. We're only going to use this to put back money cards, like assembly lines, hedge funds, stuff like that. Otherwise, we'd have to throw it out, right? I don't want to throw out an agenda. Definitely not throwing out a biotic, because basically at 12 credits, we win. That seems good, right? Like, that's a really easy way to counter criminal shenanigans is just, you know, fast advance. Because they have a hard time stopping it. They don't run Clot. They can run Source, but it's usually only certain builds. They're going to run this. They security tested it too, so it sucks for them. So we're going to put back hedge fund. I don't think we're going to build another remote. That doesn't seem that good. And then we'll put that down. Crowder's fine. 1 second. I'm still choosing. Hold on. I think this looks good, right? Because this looks like a defensive upgrade. I don't think that's going to matter that much. Probably put back friends in high places. Or just another biotic. Just because it's non-trashable. So if they get a lot of accesses on R&D. It's cheapest to break this with Corroder still. So they're paying 6 to get 5 back, a card, and an access, which for a single access, eventually there'll be double accesses, right? With this. Seems less than good. Okay, so now it's a rush. So we can lateral. So we install this, gain 2 back, biotic, and then advance. So basically, what's that cost? So it costs 4. Puts us on 4 credits, which means we can't res this, and then we're perfectly in siphon. We can dodge a bit of a siphon. I think we actually might just go for that. If we draw another lateral next turn, we win. If they don't siphon us, I think that seems okay. Oh, I totally forgot to check whether that ABT was worth firing. Now they know they're on game point, so they have to go a bit more aggressive. If we res this, they can only siphon us for 2. We can res this, which is unfortunate. But they're still going to get some nice single accesses, maybe drop the turning wheel. And we just need to basically click for 2 credits, get to 6 credits. Again, if we draw that lateral growth, we probably just win. I should have shuffled that back, eh? I thought I did. That's probably 2 in there. So now they're dirty laundering the server. Again, just to get a single access, they are making a bit of money from this in a couple cards. Getting another next silver on this server is basically going to close it off. Like, it just becomes so unaffordable to deal with. Right? Like, 3 subroutines, that's 3 credits. This is also not much better to break with paperclips, the same. And they trash a Jackson. Okay, that's fine. They're not assuming I have this in hand, just because seeing all 3, like that soon in the deck, seeing all 3 is pretty rare. And even if they lock us on R&D, like, we'll probably still win, considering there's 3 points in archives, and we have the winning agenda in hand. Like, they have to run through this, and this sucks. And they're assuming this is a defensive upgrade, right? Like, Surat City good. You know, not so good. So we're going to see 2 cards using a turning wheel counter. So 2 cards, none of them agendas. They get the 1 turning wheel counter back. That's okay. So we're probably drawing ice or operations. That was the reason why you don't want to put this back in your deck, just because it diffuses or it dilutes. They're inside jobbing HQ. This is actually really important, right? Because if we lose this, we're in a bad spot, and I didn't count for that. So they're inside jobbing this, which we can actually res. So spending inside job on HQ is like totally fine. You pay 2, but you get 2 back anyways. So we have basically a 1 in 3 of being in a bad spot. They're also going to see what this is, which means the jig is kind of up. And they might go straight to Siphon Town. Single access gets us biotic. That's good. That might encourage them to have more HQ pressure if they're, or they might just like lock the top of R&D because they know what we're capable of. Fairchild 3, do we put that on HQ? I don't think so, right? Unless they legwork, which this deck probably is running multiple legwork and we haven't seen anyone. I think we might just click for credits and have a chance of winning next turn. We could draw. If we draw a hedge fund, we're also in a better spot. And we're not going to install a card, which sucks, but... Because we probably want 5 to res this. So if we draw a credit hedge fund, the chance of us getting a hedge fund is... like what, 1 in 8? Doesn't seem that good. I'm just gonna click for credits. It also dilutes HQ if we draw. Oh, that's bad sequencing, right? Because I should have drawn it. If I draw a hedge fund, I'm gonna look really stupid. But it dilutes HQ, which is good for legwork. So do you mind? I'm gonna fix that actually. So I'm gonna take +1, click 1 credit, and I'll draw. No hedge fund. That's actually a decent card. Like if we put that in front of there, it makes everything better. And it makes this. So we install that, we gain 1 back. So we're basically paying. We're down to 4, so we can't score. If we do this, we can score next turn, and I'll take those odds. Like if they don't siphon us, and even if they do siphon us, like they're not gonna siphon us well, right? Like we're just gonna res this. This seems okay. Being able to dodge the siphon is really important. So now they actually have an interesting thing to do. Like they're gonna click through that. We trace, right? It's gonna be trace 1. I actually don't know how to do that. How do you tell them to fire the thing? So they're gonna get a single axis here. They actually take a tag and brain damage. I didn't expect that, right? Like they can pay. Oh, I guess they can because they have to deal with all this shit. That's fine. They lose it to Mugen. That's pretty unfortunate for them. That's one of their better cards. Do they keep going? I don't think you do, right? It's clearly past my bedtime. And they jack out. And now they get another tag with John Masanori. But they do get a turning wheel counter. But now we can trash this. We can't afford it, really, but we can. So HQ is looking pretty safe. I think we trash this. No, I don't think we do, right? Because even if they run R&D and see a lot of agendas, there's just not a lot of agendas in there. If they do it on HQ, it sucks. So I'm probably just gonna just play the safe slow game because now they don't have any multi-axis and it's a lot harder for them to win. There's actually an argument for keeping Sansan because if we have 6 credits, it lets us dodge Siphon. I just think we'd have to build a server and protect it, and maybe that doesn't sound so good because now they're going for straight single axes, which really does suck. So that's the problem. Is like respecting security testing in Desperado is we weren't able to build a remote that gets us money, which is kind of unfortunate. They're still drawing cards. John Masanori, is it worth trashing? I don't know what they're actually looking for right now. They might be looking for a legwork. This deck has to run legwork, right? They plan to run HQ a lot. Hedge fund's good, right? And they know I have it, so they might actually go siphon town right now. And they've lost 2 siphons. We've seen no same old thing. And if they siphon through here, if we're at 4 credits, they'll only get 2 back because we'll res the Surat, which does nothing, right? But it's still okay. So I guess we'll just make sure that they have the siphon. I don't think we're ever going to have enough money to play Fairchild for the rest of the game. This card is actually really good, though. It's a 4 strength sentry, or code gate, sorry, that makes these silvers even better. So hedge fund means that they can contest the HQ, I think. I haven't actually done the math, right? But it's too late in the turn to make that financially feasible, right? Because they probably want to click through a single Ichi. They also have 2 brain damage. It's 3 cards in hand. Okay, this is a turn where we definitely want to play hedge fund. So we credit hedge fund. Then we could install this into a new remote just to gain a credit. But it's probably bad. So we only need 6 to close out the game. So if they siphon us at 10, we're down to 5. So if we draw a lateral, we're okay. So I think we just want to keep cards in hand just so that if they do legwork, it's slightly less optimal. We're playing really slow here, right? But that's, I guess, what you have to do. You have to respect Gabe. If this was another criminal, might have gone a bit more aggressively, and we generally don't have to put 3 ice on HQ. But there you go. That's what we expected. So that's fine. We can still win. So click, trace. Like, yeah, we draw. I think we have 2 laterals. Maybe we have 3 laterals. I don't actually know. Let's check the deck builder. RotomCoats has 3 laterals. So we do have a chance of winning still. So they're actually clicking through the whole trace because we could, in theory, dump our credits to the trace. I don't think that's a winning play here, but it's something. They actually have to break this with Eater or Mongoose. I think it's cheaper to use Eater. Yeah, it's cheaper to eat Eater. It's 6 to 5. And this thing they can break, I think it's cheaper with Rex. But I guess they save Rex tokens, so. Oh, it's slightly cheaper, but whatever. So we could res this to dodge 2 credits. Doesn't seem important. They'll just take a bunch of money off of us. Now they have 19, but they don't have multi-axis. So there we go. We win. We got it. Right? So we do this. We get 3 credits. We're up at 7. Then we pay 4, 5, 6, 7. That's perfectly enough. Right? I'm not goofing this. If I goof this, I look stupid. So I'm going to take a second to do the math. Install this. Install this. We're at 7. Biotic, advance, advance, advance. Yeah, that's it. Oh, 8. Okay, cool. Ah, that's how you pull it off. Let's fire this off. Just to see. So that one wasn't very good. Yeah, that's I guess why triple biotic is really good against criminal. You just have to worry about money. Oh, thanks for the game. But that's that'll do. That'll do. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. If this comes out before Thursday night, drop by Thursday night. I'm streaming on Twitch at twitchtv.metropolgrid. There's chat and there's a lot more. Like right now, I'm just playing Sunday night on my own, or Sunday evening now. So there's no chat. I'm not talking to anyone, but it's a lot of fun. Recommend you dropping by. Thanks again for watching. Ciao.